The goal of SAFE is business agility, located at the top of the big picture. Business agility can be attained by both enterprises and governments. Business agility is enabled by the 7 core competencies. SAFE is built around those core competencies, which are the primary lens for understanding and implementing SAFE. Each competency is a set of interrelated knowledge, skills, events, behaviors, which together enables organization to achieve business agility. At the bottom of the big picture, the Lean Agile leadership competency, this is anchors the foundation. The foundation contains supporting principles, the values, mindset, implementation guidance, and the leadership roles.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's now on record.
Yes. Okay. So welcome everyone. It's a great pleasure to be a guest speaker today, along with my dear colleague Ragia, and for the first time with Women in Agile Africa. Thank you for having us. It's really a great honor to be among you today and sharing knowledge across Africa and worldwide. So before we start, please allow me and Ragia to introduce ourselves. So I'm Engy Hamila. I'm Enterprise Agile Coach and Digital Transformation Lead in Vodafone Intelligence Solution. I have 15 years of experience in product development, service delivery. I'm specialized in coaching agile teams and leadership with a great focus on organizational transformation, digital transformation, business agility, and cultural change. I'm a SAFE program consultant and Scrum Alliance certified Scrum professional. I'm a dedicated volunteer with the Scrum Alliance organization, a co-founder of Egypt Scrum Club community. I love to dedicate a lot of time to support the ongoing development of agile professionals, especially those based in Egypt. Last thing that I'm passionate about continuous improvement and helping agile teams unleash their potential. I leave now the floor for Ragia to introduce herself as well.
Yes, thank you, Engy. Hi, everyone. This is Ragia Abroelfadl. I'm an agile coach in the software engineering tribe in Voice Technology, Egypt, where I'm responsible for coaching and supporting the organization in the DevOps journey that we have. And also I'm an SPC, SAFE program consultant, where I transform teams to scaled agile ways of working. My prior experience was in software development for 8 years, working in a Scrum, in a product-centric organizations. I'm also a certified Scrum Master, certified Agile Coach, and that's it. I will leave you the floor, Engy.
Thank you, Ragia. Okay, so many organizations are focused on achieving business agility. So we believe to achieve business agility, organizations must have clear strategic directions on the business outcomes and where they want to land as an end-in-mind state. Many leading organizations nowadays are using OKRs as a goal-setting framework, where the organization states the what in terms of business outcomes, objectives, and empower the team to create their own how, driven by key results. We believe that this promotes autonomy, self-organization of teams, it creates alignments around measurable goals in a more agile context. The Scaled Agile framework, SAFE, is the most widely used agile scaling framework worldwide. SAFE sweet spot on scaling agility at enterprise level. In this session today, we will be talking about how to leverage SAFE and OKRs, how to integrate both frameworks to drive strategic objectives at the enterprise level. So, this is our session agenda. The first 3 parts will be overview on business agility, on SAFE framework, on the OKRs. The second part would be on how to steer the OKRs in SAFE context, how to start, and last thing would be that we would love to take and answer all your questions. So first thing is business agility. So in the SAFE context, the business agility definition is the ability to compete and thrive in the digital age by quickly responding to market changes and emerging opportunities with innovative business solutions. So business agility requires that everyone involved in delivering solutions. It's not only about technology people anymore, but business, technology leaders, development, IT, operations, legal, marketing, finance, even security and compliance. So organizations are able to do this only by applying lean and agile practices to continually deliver innovative and high quality products and services faster than the competition. Traditionally, many organizations have been built using a hierarchical organizational model where people are grouped into specialized departments, Hierarchies provide stability. However, hierarchical structures are not the most responsive when market conditions change. To achieve business agility, enterprises need a more agile organizational structure. So, SAFE offers this kind of organizational structure by introducing something called dual operating system. So, where people are aligned around value and can be reorganized as needed when conditions shift. While there are great benefits to having a more responsive structure, the hierarchy may still be needed and thus still add value. So, the two systems can and should work in parallel, and as we said, we refer to this in SAFE as the dual operating system. So you will see in this diagram, on the left side, there is the network, and this is optimized for speed, for adaptability. It will enable you to deliver faster, to be innovative. On the right side, there is the hierarchy, and this is optimized for efficiency and stability. Both are necessary, both are valuable, both must be agile, but they are designed and optimized for different purposes. So, moving into SAFE, and today we are going to give you a quick overview over SAFE. The framework is very prescriptive with lots of details, methods, and proven practices, but today we choose to spot on only a few things from SAFE. Before moving forward, in this, there is an important disclaimer, let's say, that we think that there is no good framework, as every framework has constraints, every framework has its pros and cons. So if you are an agile coach, if you are a transformation lead that you just started the transformation journey, before you start implementing any framework, before you take that decision, you need to understand what is the problem you are trying to solve, and accordingly decide with your teams and organization what fits your situation, what will be the solver of your problem statement. So we believe that agility, it goes beyond the practices. Its agility is to come up with your own tools, processes, and practices that fits your organization. I personally believe that framework is a good starting point, but it's not a destination. So we don't advise you to copy these, but we ask you to adapt whatever fits your situation. So back to SAFE. SAFE is the world's leading framework for scaling agile across the enterprise. So we know how a single team can be agile. SAFE outlines a way for the entire organization to be agile too. SAFE is designed to help business continually and more efficiently deliver value on a regular and predictable schedule. It provides knowledge base of proven integrated principles and practices to support enterprise agility. So SAFE enables business agility. SAFE has 7 core competencies. It provides a framework and a path to set organization up for success in achieving business agility. Here, this is called the SAFE Big Picture. You will find it on the Scaled Agile website. The SAFE Big Picture portrays all the roles. You will find it here. the practices, the events. It's configurable using these tabs at the top. So you'll find Overview tab, Essential Safe, Large Solution, Portfolio, and Full Safe. You can view the full configuration of Safe when you go to the website. Essential Safe, it provides the basic configuration that the enterprise can choose. Large Solution Safe adds the large solution level for organizations that build very big solutions but don't need portfolio guidance. Portfolio Safe, it extends the Essential Safe with strategic guidance or strategic direction, let's say. Finally, the Full Safe, and that's the one that is displayed here, it includes all the levels. Moving to the next slide, I will explore with you more the Safe big picture. So, as we said, the goal of Safe is business agility, located at the top of the big picture. Business agility can be attained by both enterprises and governments. Business agility is enabled by the 7 core competencies. Safe is built around those core competencies, which are the primary lens for understanding and implementing Safe. Each competency is a set of interrelated knowledge, skills, events, behaviors, which together enables organization to achieve business agility. At the bottom of the big picture, the Lean Agile leadership competency, this is anchors the foundation. The foundation contains supporting principles, the values, mindset, implementation guidance, and the leadership roles needed to deliver value successfully at scale. It provides the basis for all other practices in Safe. To reflect the complexity of large organization, Safe can be viewed and use the 3 levels, as we said. So you will find it here on the right side. There is the Essential Safe, the Large Solution, and the Portfolio. The Essential Safe, this is the most basic levels of the framework. It provides the minimal elements necessary to be successful with Safe. So it's building on Agile teams and teams of Agile teams. Typically, it will be, the team will be from 50 to 125 people. The large solution level is for enterprises that are building large and complex solutions that requires coordination across hundreds of people. The portfolio level provides strategy and guidance to align a team of teams around common goals and business objectives. Each level is driven by key roles that ensure that the organization gets the most value from Safe. By leveraging proven practices, so there is a lot here, and all the elements, it doesn't necessarily that you will use all of these, but if you are going to start, maybe you can start implementing from the essential level before other levels. Finally, for the big picture, there is something called a spinning palette, and this spinning palette contains various roles, artifacts that may apply to one or more levels of Safe. As you can see, the spinning palette, it's also another example of the flexibility and the configurability of Safe. To know more about this, you can navigate to the website. You will find this big picture in the home page. It's interactive. Each element is clickable, so it leads to an article that provides guidance on how to implement Safe. So, speaking about Essential Safe, it provides a starting point for implementing Safe, as we said. In Safe, the Agile release train, or as we call it, ART, it is the heart of Essential Safe. So the ART, those are virtual organizations. It formed to span functional boundaries. It eliminates all the handoffs, the unnecessary handoffs, and accelerate the value delivery. So organizations that implement Safe establish long-lived teams of Agile teams that, along with other stakeholders, incrementally develop, deliver, operate, sometimes if needed, that provide value to the customer. This diagram here, it shows the 10 critical success factors needed or must be in place to successfully scale Agile across an ART. So the first thing here would be, as you see in the diagram, real Agile teams and ARTs. What do we mean here by real? It's to be really or to be fully cross-functional. So they have everything, and everyone necessary to produce a working, tested increment of the solution. They are self-managed, self-organized, which enables value to flow more quickly with a minimum of overhead. Agile teams that cannot define, build, and test their work are not true agile teams. Same goes for arts that cannot deliver solution or parts of them are not true arts. So this is the first thing. Arts are typically composed of 5 to 12 agile teams. On the team level, the main roles in SAFe are Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the cross-functional teams. On the program level or on the art level, there are new roles that are introduced, which is the Product Manager, System Architect or Engineer, Release Train Engineer, and Business Owners. You can, of course, learn more about these if you navigate to the SAFe website. So there is a lot of things and responsibilities for each of these. Also, in the essential SAFe, agile teams deliver in iterations, which are fixed length time boxes that provide development cadence for agile teams building features and components. Each iteration delivers a valuable increment of new functionality. So we have the iteration. Another important highlight of essential SAFe is something called program increment or the PI. This is a time box in which the full art deliver incremental value. PIs are typically 8 to 12 weeks long. The most common pattern for a PI is 4 development iterations followed by innovation and planning iteration. Here we will speak about multiple activities that will help the art coordinate or the teams coordinate. So the art events in SAFe are one of which is the PI planning, and this is the most famous practice in SAFe. It's a cadence-based, face-to-face planning event that serves as the heartbeat of the art. So it aligns all the teams on the art. It aligns all the teams on the art to the shared mission. Another meeting here or event, as we say, is the system demo. So it is a demo on the art level. It provides an integrated view of the new features from the most recent iteration delivered by all teams in the art. Each demo provides art stakeholders with objective measure of progress during a PI. And then comes the Inspect and Adapt workshop. So this is a very significant event where the current state of the solution is demoed and evaluated. Teams do like a retro where they reflect and identify improvement backlog items via a structured problem-solving workshop. Of course, all of these enables cadence and synchronization. In addition to these events, there is a synchronization on the level of the roles. So there is an art sync and Scrum of Scrums sync, Scrum of Scrums and Product Owner sync, where Scrum Masters, Product Owners get together, sync, and they provide visibility on the progress, impediments, if they need to do something different. They mainly inspect the progress toward meeting the program PI objectives. Okay. Last thing about SAFe here would be this view. It shows you the events at the team level and the corresponding ones at the art level. So typically for the team, any agile team would have iteration planning and then daily stand-up and then iteration review, backlog refinement. So this is during a 2-week sprint, let's say, or a 2-week iteration. The corresponding events at the art level would be for iteration planning. There is a corresponding, which is the PI planning. On daily basis, there is a Scrum of Scrums, PO sync meetings where different Scrum Masters from different teams and product owners get together and align on the status. And then there is a system demo, there is a preparation for the PI planning, and last thing is the Inspect and Adapt workshop. It's a retro and a problem-solving workshop. Now I will leave you with Ragia. I will leave the floor for her. She will tell you more about OKRs and how to steer in the SAFe context.
Yes, thank you, Ina.
The The goal of SAFE is business agility, located at the top of the big picture. Business agility can be attained by both enterprises and governments. Business agility is enabled by the 7 core competencies. SAFE is built around those core competencies, which are the primary lens for understanding and implementing SAFE. Each competency is a set of interrelated knowledge, skills, events, behaviors, which together enables organization to achieve business agility. At the bottom of the big picture, the Lean Agile leadership competency, this is anchors the foundation. The foundation contains supporting principles, the values, mindset, implementation guidance, and the leadership roles.
Now we have spoken about the SAFE core elements, SAFE framework core elements. We're moving to explaining the high-level view of OKRs. If you can move the slides. It's freezing on my side. Yeah, now you can see. Thank you, Engy. OKRs, in a nutshell, OKRs is a goal-setting framework discovered by Andrew Groove in 1968, the co-founder of Intel, and his aspiration was mainly from the book Management by Objective for Peter Drucker, where they invented this very simple, lightweight framework to set your goals and track it and help individuals know what's their priorities, what they should work on, what they shouldn't be working on at the moment, and so on. Studies also showed that in 2015, Fitbit users, for example, Fitbit, the smartwatches users are taking 43% more steps rather than the normal users that are not wearing the Fitbit. And that's because only we as a human, when we get insights on data and our progress towards our goals, we get motivated by nature and we can take even extra miles in achieving these goals. So the OKR is a goal-setting framework in a simple way. It consists of objectives and key results, 2 main elements. Objective is mainly the what we're trying to achieve as an organization or as a team, and key results is the outcome of this objective. And the other element is the initiatives, which is the how, the set of things or tasks or initiatives, whatever you will do to achieve this outcome. Definitely committing to a goal. Studies also showed that committing to a goal improve employee performance and making it visible and trackable on the organization make them motivated. The framework is used in wider organizations, Samsung, Netflix, Slack, Deloitte. A lot of organizations now, or even startups, not only enterprises, are adopting the OKRs framework. Engy, can you move to the... Yeah, thank you. We're just explaining the concept of OKRs beside the concepts of SAFE, and then we will explain how they both can be combined. So this is such examples of an OKRs to make it more tangible for the audience. For example, this is one of the OKRs in Netflix. The objective is to increase the average watch time per user. And the key results here, which is how they will know they achieve this outcome, they will be tracking the total viewership time spent daily per user. Key results also expanding to native year-to-date application to new operating systems, reduce video loading time. This also will promote more average time per user. Another example on the right, improve team speed. This is an engineering objective where the team can reflect how their speed is being improved by reducing the cycle time, improving the unit test coverage in their technical application, reskilling their team skills. For example, a tester can start to do some development and so on, or move towards full stack so that they improve the speed in general, the productivity of the team. The last example below is a quick and easy way for customers to create an online account. This is one of inspired by Amazon, if I remember. And the key results here, for example, and this is to reduce the account creation steps from 5 minutes to 3 minutes, like the steps it takes you to create a sign up or an account, and also the time and the steps to be reduced, which is will be having a better experience for the consumers. So this is example on OKRs. You can move. Yeah. Now we are moving to how we can integrate or leverage what we explained in SAFE and what we've explained in OKRs, how we as a non-tech team, even not necessarily a tech team at all, it could be any department in any organization not delivering a software or a product, engineering product, I mean. So as Engy explained, we explained the SAFE framework. One of the core elements of the SAFE framework is the PI planning, which is the event is happening on a quarterly basis. In those 12 weeks, a PI, which is mainly 5 sprints and 1 inspect and adapt sprint. And I'm explaining now the common thing, that we have the features, the backlog of the features, and then we split it down into user stories. And based on the capacity of every sprint, we fill out the user stories based on the team capacity for sure. And we come up with a plan for the quarter. And the traditional Scrum ceremonies is running all the way, every sprint, sprint review, sprint daily Scrum, sprint retrospective, and so on. We will take the same practice or the same concept, but by planning our OKRs. So the input for the PI planning, instead of OKRs, instead of features, technical features that we need to implement or product features, the input will be the OKRs, the objective that the organization want to achieve or the team want to achieve, and we will come to speak about the granularity. And throughout the 2 days PI planning, we're trying to steer those objectives, to break them down into initiatives, like to define the how we gonna increase the watch time of our users, how we gonna have the team speed higher, for example. We come up with initiatives, and those initiatives, we assign them to the sprints, as traditionally we do in a traditional PI planning, based on the team capacity and availability. And then the output of those two days PI planning is the plan for how we're gonna achieve these objectives and these key results by the end of the quarter throughout the PI sprints. Definitely based on what Engy also explained, we have an inspect and adapt event by the end of the quarter, which is mainly inspection to what happened throughout the quarter. So we will use the same slot for OKRs, inspect and adapt, to see what did we achieve in the previous quarter when it comes to our objectives and key results, how we can be even better, a formal feedback loop in the cycle. And every sprint, we are also, instead of doing the review for the product increment, we are reviewing the OKRs results and the progress of the initiatives completion. So it's typical to the SAFE implementation for the PI planning when it comes to engineering, but replacing the concept with giving input to the PI planning, the OKRs, the objectives of the organization, and coming up with a plan how this objective will be achieved throughout the quarter. Engy, can you? Thank you. This is just like confirmation on what we've been explaining. So when it comes to the OKRs as an input for the PI planning, the teams take the 2 full days, knowing their capacity and their what they can accommodate for the quarter. They plan those OKRs, broke them down to initiatives. The initiative construct a backlog, and they are responsible to assign those items in the backlog to the sprints based on the availability and capacity of the team, and do the traditional ceremonies when it comes to sprint review, inspect and adapt, doing the same, using the same exact ceremonies in the framework, and definitely prioritizing those initiatives based on the importance of the key results, and having a feedback loop cycle by the end of the quarter. The level of granularity, it depends. For SAFE specifically, it's formally defined that you can have it on the portfolio level, the strategic themes, or you can do it on a program level, OKRs, and this is an example on the left of the screen. And you can even do it on a feature level, as if you are detailing the objective from the strategic goal to the operational thing that the teams will be implementing. However, based on our experience, you can use this concept on a company level and cascade it on a department, on a team, and even you can cascade it to an individual. Like those initiatives can be assigned to an individual and could be their part of their quarterly goals. You can even, one of the experiences we had, we do it on a chapter level. If you are in a matrix organization and you're having, for example, a chapter or a community of practice for a specific role, Scrum Masters, for example, or Agile coaches, and so on, you can also do the OKRs for this chapter or this people who have the same interest, and cascade it also to the individuals and inspect and adapt every quarter using the same methodology. Like, the granularity is open. From our experience, you can do it on whatever level in the organization. Now we're gonna take you, if you want to start tomorrow doing something like this in your department, whether you are in tech or non-tech, or even a manager or a chapter lead, how we can do that. First of all, define your OKRs. Even if the organization, even if you're not in a product-centric organization where they are mainly working using OKRs, you can do it even if you're a service delivery organization or even governmental organization. At the end, every manager or every team or every leader has a set of goals that they need to achieve. So first of all, define what do you want to do in terms of objectives inspired by your strategic direction or the organization's strategic direction, and set some of the key results. Probably they should not exceed three objectives, and every objective, it's common to do not exceed 3 key results. Set a PI planning date or a workshop date where definitely if you're in a department or in a big tribe or so, you could invite limited audience like the leads or so, but it depends on the context and on the team size. Set a date to do like the 2 days PI planning, where you come up with initiatives and ideas to detail those OKRs, how we're gonna implement those, how we're gonna meet those key results. Use tools as much as you can, like Jira, Miro, for visualization purposes. And there are a lot of tools now out there, and a lot of plugin also integration with Jira to visualize those initiatives and OKRs and linking the hierarchy even together. The most common tool for using OKRs is called OKR 101. This is the most powerful, at least I have seen now, and a lot of organizations are using it. Encourage the team to update the results on a bi-weekly basis, similar to the sprint reviews concept, where they will present what's the progress in terms of initiative and achievements, how are we close from the key results. Set definitely the planning and review cadences on the calendar for every team to make it more like official events, and train people on the method, like put it as part of the DNA. You'll be inspired by the results and the commitment from people when you try to make things visible and show the short-term goals and long-term goals of the team or the organization, what we're trying to achieve.